fourscore and 70. Yesterday, it was yesterday, I was scrolling through Pinterest trying to find some more like spooky home decor crafts to do, and ended up stumbling upon this, the RNG bag by DONK. No idea what it stands for. Energy. It means energy. All right, there you go. Moving on. There is literally next to no information about this bag. Like, it just says small jersey handbag with airbrush detail and branding. That's it. There's no blurb about the brand, no dimensions, like nothing. All we know is that it is sold out and was priced at around 164 Canadian buckaroonies. As per usual though, I'm only going to be using the materials that I have at home to make this, so it will be costing me $0. Due to my lack of access to an airbrush, I won't be doing this whole like ombre effect. I mean, I could just paint it on, but I really don't like the look and like feel of acrylic on fabric. Like, something about it just feels wrong. Like I'm doing something incorrect. It's like using a glue gun to put in your lining. Like it works, but it just feels incorrect. Do you know what I mean? You know. If you know, you know. I feel like all we really need to do is pick an interesting fabric, because the main attraction to the bag isn't the color or the ombre effect. It honestly is the shape. The shape, oof. That's the selling point. So as long as we get that correct, we nail it, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Anyways, I'm stop yapping. Let's just jump right into it. I could spend the next hour or two trying to draw out every curve and corner correctly, or I could just trace the damn thing. My computer screen is a bit too small to trace this project, so I'm going to use a projector instead. I got the secondhand for I think 50 bucks from some guy off the internet. Gotta plug in the power cord, the HDMI cord, then turn it on. Adjust the height and the angle of the projection as needed, then pull up the reference image. Plug in the other end of the HDMI cord to the computer, then voila. I'm gonna make the image smaller till it's purse-sized, making sure my arm will fit in that hole. If you don't trust your eyeballing skills, definitely pull out your measuring tape. For me, the opening came to about 9.5 inches from here to here. I want to be able to store my phone in the bag, so I have to make sure it's big enough. And it is perfect. Next up, grab some paper. I personally like to use wrapping paper because it's cheap and easy to come by. Tape it to the wall, then trace away. Carefully take it off the wall. Believe it or not, I have underestimated the strength of my tape before, and it's ruined quite a bit of projects. So seriously, be careful taking it off the wall. Then cut it out, preferably with some paper scissors. And if you don't have scissors allocated specifically for paper and another for fabric, now's the best time to start. Look at that. The fit is perfect. Even in paper form, it's looking super cute. I'm feeling edgy just carrying this paper around. These are the fabrics I'll be picking from. All three of these are essentially the same, just in different colors. The design of the purse is very gothic to me, so I definitely wanted something black. Unfortunately, due to my obsession with all things colorful, I don't have much black fabric to choose from. It's mainly just lining and lace. So the next best thing I could find were these, as they have a black base. I've used the blue one in my baby doll dress upcycle series and the pink one for the barbed wire pillow. So let's go with the purple. I selected this purpley pink stained lining fabric for the pocket along with this purple zipper. Yep, looks good to me. Let's start with our main fabric. It's so pretty. Oh shit, wait. Last time I used this, well, not this one, the pink one, the black dye was staining everything it came in contact with, even after washing. So this time around, to lessen the initial fallout, I'm going to wipe it all down with some Lysol and water. Okay, there we go. Not bad at all. Just the usual dust, I guess. Definitely not as horrific as the pink fabric. Jumping back into it, let's trace our pattern onto the bad side of the fabric. Then add 1/2 inch seam allowance all the way around. When I was just starting out, I always mixed up my stitch lines from the cut lines, which resulted in a ton of recuts. So to prevent that from happening, I started to mark out my seam allowance in a different colored pencil. Seems like a tedious task, but trust me, it saved me a lot of time and fabric. Flip the pattern over and do the same thing on this side. Cut the two pieces out. Then fold up the rest of the unused fabric and chuck it to the side, or just put it away because we won't be needing any more of it. Cut out the holes for your arms to go through, then onto the pocket. The size of the pocket is really dependent on the length of the zipper. The one I'm using, I think, is from Amazon? I'm not quite sure as I have a mix of zippers from different places, but this one looks like the standard ones you'd get in a bundle on Amazon. It's about 8 inches long with a 6-inch opening. Measuring from here to here is about 5 inches, then from here to here is about 5.5 inches. So for the pocket lining, we are going to cut out a 8-inch by 10-inch rectangle. My serger is still broken, so I'm going to cut this out with some pinking shears to stop the fabric from fraying. Now take to the machine and stitch the fabric to the zipper here, then down along the sides. Then voila! Double check that opening to make sure the zipper is functional. Place it on the bad side of the bag's front piece, then mark out the pocket so we have an idea of the size. At the top, mark out the zipper opening. Again, for me, it's 6 inches. Then cut a slit along that line like this. It is very important that you cut the slit exactly to your desired measurement, if not smaller. I mean, it'll still work if it's slightly too big, but it won't look very nice. Trust me, I've made this mistake enough times in the past to know. Once that's done, put the pocket in place, then flip them both over. Fold in the fabric of the slit you just made so it looks something like this. Pin it down, then stitch it down. Careful when stitching the side, as you only want to catch the top layer of the pocket fabric, or else you'll just be sewing your pocket shut. We went through the trouble of making it, we should be able to use it. Perfect. Okay, finally the simple part. Pin the two sides together, good side facing good side, then stitch it together. Warning, this is where I messed up again. I didn't take into consideration the bagging it out part, so I went ahead and just sewed both the inside and the outside lines, of course, leaving an opening here and here. Did the usual trim down all the seam allowance with my pinking shears, cut some slits all around for ease, then attempted to bag it out. The issue I ran into was that the top handle could not go past the hole for the arm. It was one big sealed loop, so I had no choice but to make a cut right here. Ugh, this just feels so wrong knowing those two new ends don't have any seam allowance. Don't judge me, I know you feel it too. At least now we can actually bag it out using a pin to help get those tough to reach corners. Then bam! Take it to the iron for a quick press. This will really help minimize the look of wrinkles, especially at the curves. This part is totally optional, but I just think this bag design would look cooler if I stuffed it. I used some leftover fill from the barbed wire pillow to give this bag some volume and structure. I'm going to continue this off camera, seal the openings with a nice whip stitch, then that's it. Get ready for the reveal in 3, 2, Honestly, this piece is totally giving Ursula vibes. If Ursula had feet and was cosplaying a human, I could definitely see her using this. If I had to give this project a rating, it would be a 9 out of 10. I did end up putting a bit too much stuffing in it, especially around the pocket. The handles are great, but the extra stuffing near the pocket makes it too small for the items I usually put in my purse. It is an easy fix though, just time consuming, as I'll have to unpick the bottom, remove some of the stuffing, then reseal it. Even with that small issue, I'm really pleased with how it turned out. It's not something I'd use every day, but it makes a fantastic statement piece and looks great on display. Plus, Mama doesn't think it's an eyesore, so I'm counting that as a win. Other than that, I don't have any more notes. This turned out even better than I hoped. That's it. That is all I have for you this week. Don't forget to like and subscribe, okay? I see you over there, subscribe. You're lurking all the time and you haven't clicked that subscribe button. It's time. Today's the day, okay? Subscribe. I hope you have a fabulous weekend and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.